everyone, and welcome to the Vampire Diaries After Show here on theStream.tv. Oh my gosh, what an amazing episode. Guys, I can't believe that Stefan killed Enzo. Just when I was starting to like the guy. Just when I was starting to like him. Well, anyways, I'm your host, Meghan Lamontagne, and I am joined by my vampire-licious co-host. To my left, we have Jessica.
Hi guys, Jessica Hickam here, and thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. So excited to talk about this episode.
And on my right, the lovely Melinda.
Hey guys, Melinda Hale here, and I can't wait to talk about this new character, Kai, and find out what he's up to.
And last but not least, and we missed her oh so much, the lovely Rachel.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be back. I missed you all, and oh my goodness, do I have a bunch to catch up with you guys on.
Yes, oh my gosh, so this episode, amazing, so much to talk about. I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning I was a little bit confused. It was a little bit confusing, but then it sort of started to wrap up at the end. But while we are discussing, we want you all to join the conversation on YouTube and invite your friends. This is a friends, family kind of thing. We want everyone to be involved. So go ahead and invite them on theStream.tv's YouTube channel, and let's get into it. All right, so one of the first things we need to talk about is Elena is, yes, different, but she's sort of back to the original Elena that we loved back in season 1 and 2. So do we think that this is because she's realizing she's in love with Stefan again?
I'm not digging it.
No? Tell us, Rachel.
Not a fan.
Tell us how you feel.
I feel like she's boring. She's boring now, so I don't know.
Okay, but wasn't she kind of boring when she was like killing people and like going on her rampages and complaining all the time about how she was a vampire? So now at least she's happy again.
I just think she's back to her true self. I think this is who she is. I think she is, you know, this kind of upbeat, perky person, and maybe it's because she is back in love with Stefan again. Y'all know I'm a Elena fan.
For me, I wasn't really sure if it was because she was realizing, okay, her feelings for Stefan again. She got really excited when she saw him for the first time. Or was it just simply because her compelling, oh, by the way, we didn't see Roerig at all this episode. I was just remembering that from from last week.
Well, we weren't really at school.
That's true.
That's right.
We weren't at school. So was it because she loves Stefan, or is it because she was compelled to forget about Damon? I don't know. But either way, I'm kind of glad to see this change in Elena. She's back to her bright, peppy side, and we need that, especially since Caroline isn't so much doing that anymore.
Absolutely, and I think it shows, though, what Damon did to her. Just saying.
No.
I will say this, though. I do think that Damon did bring out a lot of good in Elena, but I think she's very, very upbeat now, and I don't know. I like this Elena.
See,
I do.
I feel like the upbeatness doesn't like fit in. Like it doesn't fit. Like everybody's like on meltdown. We've got Enzo now being killed. Stefan's even like depressed. Like it's just this like weird state of denial.
And she's just over there in the woods taking Jello shots.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. She's kind of
Yeah.
She's the odd one out.
Do we think? Oh no! And another huge thing before we move on, we have to talk about. Freaking Elena gets a kiss from Liam, this guy that just keeps popping up every now and then. Like,
he's not even that cute. Like I just have to go there. Like, he's not that cute.
Ian or Damon or Liam. There's really no comparison, guys. So how do we feel about that kiss?
Where's he coming from? He just like comes out of nowhere suddenly, and he's like smooching on her, which like we kind of knew as soon as we got.
They set it up.
Yeah, they totally set it up, but like. Don't we have enough guys for Elena at this point? Like, come on.
Right.
She's hot, okay? She's hot.
Dude, that bikini body.
I know.
Girl.
I'm like, glad we're going to Zumba tomorrow.
Right.
But the one thing that it really like turned my stomach when she was kissing Liam, because a part of me, I don't know if this is the new Elena, but she, in my mind, kind of liked it. And I know you guys disagree with me, but the old Elena would have been like, get the hell away from my face. But she was all like, okay. Like, I don't know, it just really bothered me. What do you guys think?
Did it
bother you?
It didn't bother me so much because, I mean, ultimately she did like kind of shut him down. But like there was that, like he's definitely not given up, and there's definitely more to come with them. I just think, like I said before, I just think like how many men can Elena possibly go through? Like just no.
Okay, I feel like we don't know him. Like we don't know anything about him. And I feel like this show is the show of twists. It's always like you think someone's good and then they're bad, and I feel like I don't trust him yet. I don't trust him.
Do we think that Caroline was a little bit bitter towards Elena because of, do we think the fight was brought on because of Stefan, because of that whole thing?
Well, you know, Stefan did go back to see how Elena was doing, and he didn't go back to check on Caroline. And Caroline, we know, you know, has feelings for Stefan. So I think it definitely hurt her.
That would hurt.
She's going to have some animosity towards Elena because of that.
Yeah, that would definitely hurt. And we'll talk about the Caroline and Stefan relationship in a little bit, but I want to give a special shout out to a very special Twitter handle. It's at TVD Fans Online. Thank you so much for always retweeting us, retweeting our show and also our little bits that we do each week. And we want you all to check out their Twitter handle and also go to their blog, VampireDiariesOnline.com. Thanks so much. All right, so we're talking about Elena. We talked about the different attitude that she's having. Now I want to move on to another hot couple. I don't want to call them couple because they're not a couple. But Enzo and Caroline, does Enzo sort of replace for Caroline that missing place that Stefan should have been in?
Well, not anymore.
Well, I guess, I know.
He's not going to die.
So maybe he's not dead.
But let's
Hopefully,
pretend he's not dead. Okay? Let's just go back there for
He's not
1
dead.
second.
He's not.
So is this why she's latching on to Enzo? Because it's sort of her Stefan?
Yeah, she has to fill the void.
You think
Absolutely.
so? Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you, Rach?
Okay, so I missed you guys last week, and I saw that you talked about that a little bit. He won me over. Like, when she was crying and he went in all, like, heroic, and I'm like, okay, bad boy, good boy, dysfunctional relationship, let's do this.
If anything, I think he's filling the void of Damon, and I kind of talked about that last week too a little bit. I think Stefan's definitely got it, like his baggage, but Enzo's the new bad boy, but he's kind of got this side where you're like, all right, okay, he's like trying to be honorable a little bit.
Right.
Okay, let's just say that the ending never happened, just for kicks. Would we rather see Caroline with Enzo or Caroline with Stefan?
Stefan.
Okay, I think Stefan as well, even though I would love to see Elena and Stefan get back together, which I think we're kind of heading in that direction. A part of me just misses that. I just wanted to see just a little kiss. Just a little tiny kiss from Stefan and Caroline. Just a little one.
I felt like it was coming.
There's definitely unfinished business there, like lots of unfinished business.
Oh,
I'm not a fan of Stefan right now.
okay.
I'm just kind of like, I know he's very moody, and we've seen this before where he's like up and down, but I'm just kind of like, now with this trip guy, and then kind of being the bad boy, but not fully, he's like in between, and I'm just like, don't know how I feel about him.
I would agree. Like, what is his deal?
Yeah.
Something is going on with him.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely, I mean, he hasn't turned off his humanity yet, but it's like he might as well because he's so blah.
He's so disconnected from everybody.
He's so,
yeah.
like, what is he doing?
Melinda, do you think that, would you rather see Caroline with Enzo or Stefan? If you had to pick.
If I had to pick, I think I would say Enzo. I just like the friendship between Caroline and Stefan, and ever since we said the Lexi thing, I really think that that's the relationship that they should have.
And if Enzo isn't dead, which we're hoping he's not,
He can't be dead.
do we think that him and Caroline will end up hooking up?
I think it was inevitable.
Yeah.
They had this chemistry going, so. I think
Well,
so.
lucky girl, if that's the case. Lucky
Right.
girl. Okay, now moving on to another couple. Well, not couple, but I keep saying couple, but they're together.
Everybody's in
They're
love.
together.
They're paired off. They're paired off, right?
We're just shipping the entire
and
show.
Damon. Who the heck is this new Kai guy? Kai guy, who is he? What's his deal? I don't like him. He gives me the heebie-jeebies. Who do you think he is?
There are so many places that this storyline could go. I have no idea who he is. I keep thinking maybe, because we still don't know the significance of the date that they got. You know, it's May 10th, I think it was, 1994. So maybe.
Still loving the jams. We had a little bit of Ace and Base going on.
We had some All for One, too, I swear, in the background. I loved it. It was so great. So we don't know the significance of the date, so I really think that there has to be some connection with Kai that day and then why Damon and Bonnie are there. What it is, I don't know. Hopefully we'll find out soon. But
Also, does he have any supernatural, like, is he just human? Is he a witch? Is he a vampire? Like, we don't really know what he is yet.
But he knows about supernatural
He
because he was
does.
very
Yes.
ready to kill Damon.
Yeah, he
you know?
got the
He's got to be
vervain.
supernatural somehow. He's got to be connected to like that other side. Otherwise, he wouldn't be there. So I think he's definitely supernatural somehow. but I don't know
What
how
is it?
yet.
Yeah, he had the vervain ready to go.
Yep.
He knew Damon loves his good old whiskey, so he had all that, or whatever he
Yeah,
drinks.
he's ready to stab him.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
But another amazing thing that we found out when they were in the other realm is that Bonnie magically has her magic back. What? Yeah, like, see what I did there? So why do we? Why do we
I'm
think
so
that?
ready.
Why do we think they just came back? Like, or were they officially ever gone? What happened to make them the transition? I don't know. It was just really.
Well, you know, with her Grams
Yes.
would always be like, you have to believe, you have to, you know, push yourself to do it. So she just had to be put in a situation, I think, where she had to use her magic because she's just with Damon. Like, why does she have a reason to use it?
If Grams really was the reason that they're like in this whole situation, then it totally makes sense that Grams would be the reason that Bonnie had to kind of like find herself again and
Yeah.
get her magic back.
And also Kai says something really key, and he says that Bonnie's magic is the key to getting them out outside of that realm. What do we think she has to do in order to disapparate, whatever you want to call, wherever they are? What does she have to do to get them back to Mystic Falls?
I think it has something to do with the eclipse for sure.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good
we have all these little like puzzle pieces that are being put together, but we don't know exactly what the full formula is to get them back.
Right. I don't know, but I'm glad that her magic is up and working. What do you think? Do you have any guesses as to what the
How
hell
they
she
get out?
possibly- Yeah. Like,
oh gosh. Well, I really hope that it doesn't have to do with Damon.
I know what it's going to be, guys. I know what it's going to
Okay.
be. All of a sudden, Backstreet Boys is going to appear out of nowhere in the other realm, and they're going to be singing, like I don't know,
I Want It That Way.
I Want It That Way, and then they're just going to be back in Mystic Falls. There we go. 90s, woo. Oh, that was more early 2000s.
The 90s are magical.
The
though.
90s were magical.
Yes.
They
The
were
90s were magical.
for sure. And do we think that Kai is possibly playing them? I get that we hate him right now, but
Immediately.
could he maybe be on their side eventually?
Maybe he's like somebody's spirit come back, kind of like a traveler thing, you know?
Yeah, where they go into somebody else's body. That
just
could
because
be...
I can't imagine that there's another new character.
Yeah, they're bringing up
There's so
so
many.
many new
Yeah.
people that we're so confused of like what their role exactly is.
But I mean, it's a 6th season. They got to take it somewhere. They got to keep it moving, you know.
I
so-
just get really stressed out every time they introduce a new character. I'm
Right.
like, stop,
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries.
Right.
Stop.
You're like, wait, Trip?
Yeah. What's
Right.
going on? Oh my gosh. Well, right now we want to give a special shout out to our YouTubers that are joining the chat. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we have Forever Johnny Boy. Love you so much. Thank you for always supporting. Also, Kimberly Liolo. She was on last week as well. The Canadian Witch. I love that. I love that name. And Lisbeth Flores. Thank you all so much. And while you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe right now to theStream.tv's YouTube channel for all the other fabulous after shows that you could be watching as well. Moving right along, because I know that you're all excited to get into the juicy details of the second half of the show. Okay, so one of my favorite parts of tonight's episode was Stefan and Caroline in the woods. And Caroline, again, was sort of, going at it with Stefan, but not calling him a dick this time, but she was really laying it on the line and just saying, did you come back, did a small part of you come back for me?
She's really vulnerable.
She's very vulnerable in that moment, and he walks away. Poor Caroline. Ladies.
See, this is why I'm not a fan of Stefan right now. It's like, dude, issues. She just like bawled and was so vulnerable. Like she went from being mean, just broke through the anger, to sharing her heart, and he was just like, walks.
Yeah.
That's not our Stefan.
No, it's not. It's something, like you said, Jessica,
Right.
something's going on with him.
And I think a lot of it has to do with Damon, but there's got to be more to it than that. Like, I don't know. It can't just be because Damon's gone, because he gave up even before they really had a chance to search. Like, Enzo's the one who's been putting it on all the time, and Stefan's just like, oh yeah, I'm working on it. And really he's been like off in some cabin somewhere.
Yeah.
So, like,
Right.
something's going on.
Right.
Oh, and then that whole thing with now he's on Tripp's team. Like, what, are you gonna go and kill all your
no.
friends?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I was really hoping that a small part of Stefan did love Caroline, and I think maybe so, but clearly not as much as the love he had for Elena, because for him to just not say anything to Caroline and walk away was huge, because they did have such an intense relationship, especially in season 5. We really saw them get really close. Another thing, I was like trying to think of what happened after that. So then Stefan walks away, Elena steps into the picture. We didn't even know she was there. And if I were in that situation, and I said to these ladies as we were watching it, that was really classy of Elena, because she's basically witnessing her ex-boyfriend and her best friend have a moment, and she goes in and hugs Caroline. Like,
it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool.
How do we think Elena do we think that she's bitter towards Stefan at all? Like, are we going to see that later?
No, I don't think she's bitter at all. I think, if anything, we're going to see their relationship really develop in this upcoming season, because now that she has kind of forgotten her feelings for Damon, I think she's kind of searching for that comfort, and Stefan has always been that for her. So I think, if anything, we're going to see Stefan and Elena really grow this season. Whether that's romantically or just as a friendship, I don't know. But I think this scene between Caroline especially was really a moment where you saw that, like, that friendship really trumps any kind of guy problems that they're having, and I love that.
And another big part about the episode, Caroline admits to Elena that she liked Stefan, and even though we all knew it, we all knew it. When she voiced it, that was huge. What do we think that Stefan's frame of mind is going to be now that, like, just the fact that he walked away? Is he gonna go back to shutting off his humanity, his Ripper days? What do we think?
Like that's what he's getting to. I really feel like we see this, like, where he's kind of numb, doesn't want to feel anything, and now when he's blatantly walking away from someone having a very real moment with him, like, I feel like they're leading to that. And then with the Enzo thing at the end, they're setting it up.
So while we're on that, I'm glad you brought that up, because with this unknown with Stefan, what do we think he's trying to benefit from by befriending Trip?
Well, it's interesting, because if you notice at the end, Trip was like, "Oh, you're a founding family," and he was like, "Yeah," but he didn't know he was a vampire.
Yes.
So it's like, are you going to pretend to not be a vampire? What is your motivation?
He
here?
has a
what
plan.
Are you doing?
He has a plan.
Absolutely
I hope
does.
it's an honorable one. I hope it's going to be like, I hope it's going to be like, I am actually going to save Enzo in the end of it all. Like, I hope that we see maybe Stefan come through because he realizes that Trip shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I'm still really confused about Trip, Chip, whatever the hell you want to call him. Why is he there? What's his story? Like, why does he want to kill all these vampires? And then he says something pretty interesting to Stefan at the end. He just says, "Thanks, buddy, for killing him, but I like to kill him my own way." What a jackass! Dude,
what's the whole creepy truck thing, right?
Oh my God, that was weird.
Burning them alive.
Oh my God.
And someone else we didn't talk about this episode, but we think they could be interlocked with Trip, is Sara, the one who was originally bitten by Elena right at the first episode in season 6. We're sort of trying to figure out her role. At first we were thinking maybe she's related to Bonnie, but then we just thought that was sketch, because then she was sleeping with Jeremy and so was he, and gross. So yes, what do you think? Because you had a good theory.
I think it's his daughter.
Trip's daughter.
Yes, Trip's, because they've been setting this up of, like, her with Jeremy, and then her going on about how she's trying to find her father. We're not really sure who this Trip character is. I feel like they might be intertwined that way.
Yeah, I think
it's a possibility.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I still think there's a connection to Bonnie, and I think she might be the new witch in town.
I kind of think so too.
I do.
Yes. And it was interesting when she stepped back inside Mystic Falls and her compelling, how do you say that as a verb?
Compulsion.
There you go. I'm like, how do you, I'm like, compilation. I'm like, no, that's not right.
So they realized her compulsion went away because she went back into Mystic Falls. Now she knows that Elena's a vampire.
Yeah.
I don't think she's a witch, though.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Maybe
I haven't picked that up.
Maybe she doesn't know she's a witch.
Because Bonnie didn't for the first half of the first season, so.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. But
they have Blondie with the curls as the witch.
True.
But she's kind of
yeah. she's up for Witch Annie.
She's too busy Googling child.
Yeah. Right.
All right, everyone. Well, we are going to take a quick commercial break, but when we get back, we will get to all of those fan questions, so stay tuned.
just in case you missed it live.
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 In case you missed it live, I'm not fake, I'm so real, okay?
Hey, who's excited?
Woo! She's a little superhero slut because she's so. I just pissed everybody off.
She's like such a glamazon.
Join the writer team because you are hot.
And I loved it.
That is like tension beyond belief. I found her to be deliciously out of control.
We were all just looked at each other just like, ah!
So we can assume that you've written letters to inmates before.
Give me the diamonds. I need them for my wife.
Take charge and kill everyone.
This Holocaust coffin!
You were agreeing with me, so I think it was a great point. You know, you can't count anything out.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Oh my God.
What's your shoe size? My size.
Well, that was pretty awesome.
Oh my God.
Very
Totally.
All right, everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. And now we are going to get to your amazing questions. So our first fan question comes from @GC7902060. Work those numbers. Question, do you guys think Catherine might return in future episodes/seasons? That's a fantastic question. Thank you so much for writing in. I hope so.
I hope so
Because
too.
remember, we thought it was her
Instead
with
of
Damon
Kai.
and Bonnie.
Yeah, I definitely
Yes.
thought it was Catherine messing with them.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You did mention that, Melinda. I love Catherine's character, and I love how opposite she is from Elena, and I think it adds that balance between the two characters. What do you
I
think?
just disagree with all y'all. I'm just over here shaking my head.
You do it.
No, they had that like big ending for Catherine. Like Nadia was there and she died, and like that's it.
Which was more reason to bring her back. Like,
no,
I would love to
so
see her back.
done.
I'd
Okay,
love it.
with Elena being all like boring and happy and denial right now, we need Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Preach, girl, preach.
And Caroline Dries, when I interviewed her, said there was going to be no doppelganger references for at least the first 10 episodes.
Oh, so she got the scoop. She got the
Just
scoop.
because they
She
don't
got the
reference it
scoop.
doesn't mean they can't
Yeah,
be
but they can't bring Catherine all back into that. Like, been there, done that, guys. Like, let's move on.
Yeah.
All right. That was a hot topic. I like it. All right, moving on to fan question number 2 comes from @Dante_Tolbert. I hope I pronounced that right. But thank you so much because you've been tweeting at us like nonstop and we love it. So your question is, if Bonnie and Damon are the only supernatural people there, who or what put them there? Well, we learned tonight that there is a third person, which is Kai. Whether he's supernatural or not, we don't know. But yes, I think that's the ringing question of this new season. Where are they? What put them there? And do we have any new leads?
I think I really liked Melinda's. I think it was your theory, Melinda, that it was Graham.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
we're
think
pretty
that's.
much-
I think that's a great.
Because that was a
working
whole moment right before the last season ended where she's like, I'm sending you somewhere to save Bonnie. And then it just happened to be that Damon was with Bonnie.
was holding her hand. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's true. It's like a safe place.
Yeah.
Safe place, safe theory. But we'll find out soon.
Yeah, but if it's so safe, then why
Why
is
is
Kai
Kai
there?
there?
Exactly.
Right. So
It's
you
not
gotta
so
find
safe. It's
out.
not
So
so
we'll figure it out.
Our next question comes from @WeLoveYou215. Well, we love you too. I wonder how old Enzo is. What are you guys thinking? Is he older or younger than Stefan?
I've been asking this one for a while
Yeah.
because I thought we got some of his backstory when they first introduced him.
Season
But
5.
I
They don't,
was
I don't
with
remember
Damon.
the
I don't
but
remember.
he was already a vampire though. So
Yeah.
you don't know when he turned.
I think he's older.
Older. I would
which
think
is
so,
why
too.
'Cause he's really
which is-
strong.
Which is why Stefan's kind of like sneaking up on him. Like if he was younger, Stefan could just be like,
Because he'd be
You're
stronger
dead.
than him. Yeah, absolutely.
but he has to be a
He's
little
really
I think he's-
experienced. Guys,
I would guess
I
he's
need to
older.
stop.
You guys are taking it to a different level.
We like always turn it into like love or a
Yeah.
hookup, and Melinda's over here like friends.
I'm like logical.
Everybody
This
needs
is
friends.
Right.
You're totally like, but they're good. They're good. It's Lexi.
I'm the like older married one on the show. That's why I'm like.
And
This
Megan
is how
over
it
here
is.
like hot and heavy.
call us. All right, now we are going to take our live fan questions. This one comes from Kimberly Yolo. What another amazing way to end this episode. Absolutely right. How do you think the guy stuck with Bonnie and Damon's? How do you,
Ends up there with them, yeah.
sorry. Okay. I need to read. Who do you think the guy stuck with Bonnie and Damon end up with them, do you think that there's more than just 3? Basically,
Oh,
who is
Kai,
Kai,
yeah,
and
And how
do
did
we
he
think
end
that
up
there's
there?
more
So
than the
more.
3 of them?
I think it'd be great if there were, but hopefully not new characters.
Yeah, we don't need any more new characters. We don't need any more new characters. Yeah, I don't know who he is, why he's there, but basically we came to the conclusion that he must have had an interaction with either Damon or Bonnie on, what is it, May 10th?
May 10th, 1994.
And he knows about the supernatural world because of the Vervain, and yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious to see where his character goes from here. It's going to be interesting.
He could have been like a friend of Graham's that's like there to guide them on their way or something.
I don't know. I think Damon did something to him back in the day because Damon's had some pretty dark moments. So I think he has maybe a little vendetta against Damon.
I think something to notice is he's a lot younger. Like he's definitely younger than them.
Yes.
So I wonder if that has a play into it.
That's true. That's a good point.
Like if he's a younger
he seems
brother
more like a
to
teenager,
somebody or
yeah.
something.
He does. He seems a lot younger. Yeah, he does. Thing that you mentioned. I don't have anything else
It's
to add on to that. I was
so
just saying
hard to
he's
tell
younger.
age on this show, is what I'll say.
They're
Like,
supposed to still be like.
they're vampires, and I don't know.
Technically, Stefan's still 17.
Exactly.
For 150 years. So.
Yeah, it's so odd. Well, thank you all for your fan questions. We also want to give a few more shout outs to some great blogs and Twitter handles that have been retweeting us throughout the week. Shout out to @TVD_network, also @TVD_online net, and @Vamp_diaries. And yeah, another amazing episode. Again, my favorite episode, I think, so far this season would have to have been last week's.
Yes.
I think we got a lot of answers.
Lot
I feel
of
like this
stuff.
was more of a transition episode, but I think that next week will be just like what we saw last week. It's going to give us a little bit more answers. We're going to find out more about Kai and all of that good stuff. Is there anything else you ladies want to add?
I completely agree. I think next week is going to be awesome, and I can't wait.
Exactly. I feel like they like set us up. They give us an episode where there's a ton of questions and we're like, what's going on?
And then they
give us
answer
some
them.
answers
Right.
and then they do it
Definitely.
again.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
awesome.
vicious cycle this season, I can tell.
Yes. Well, we will be back here next week, same time, same place. And if you can't catch us live, then you can always click on this link as well and watch later at your convenience. Also hit subscribe to theStream.tv's YouTube channel and make sure you tweet us this week using the hashtag TVDAS. Got it. Nailed it. All right, guys. We love you so much. Tweet us. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.